afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and another riveting, amazing Propagandacast with me, your host Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero of Psych Defender over the Fatherland, your one true Lord and Master. Off here to 2 versus 2 on Stadtschutt. Versus in the south, we got Rindou and DianeKruger fighting here for the Allies, with the 2nd Division backing up elements here of the 51st Infantry Division. In the north, we got Nosliw and IlCapitano fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Forming up here the 272nd Infantry Division, and we got here Infantry, Airborne and Heavy Cavalry for Rindou, with DianeKruger with Commander Regiment, Mobile Assault and Royal Engineers, mostly infantry with anti-tank and universal care there. Nosliv's got Jaeger armour, Blitzkrieg and close air support. IlCapitano with Jaeger armour, mechanized and assault support, machine gun bullets all the way there for Nosliw, as he embarks on a mission to just gun down as many allies as fast as possible, and the MG42 of course is perfectly suited for that job. Both veteran players going for MG42's Grenadiers, Dob Rifle for Rindou, and DianeKruger with the Universal Carrier. Oops. So we got a bit of movement here. Push for the fuel points and push for the carve points surrounding them, with Nosliw here taking a slightly more measured approach towards the west side, whereas we can see that IlCapitano is bounding ahead as aggressively as he can. So slightly different approaches there from both their players. Similarly, the British player is going slightly more cautiously ahead, whereas the American similarly is just rushing forwards, full of democracy, freedom and, I don't know, bacon fat. Rather than charging at the Pioneers, Canadians backing up here as well. Should be a good engagement here for Nosliw. The Riflemen should be overall outgunned here, due to the Pioneers' close quarters game. Of course, the Gunners will just aim some shots there. So nice work there. We got more Riflemen moving in. Still, they should have a chance to beat the Riflemen and then turn his sights on the other Rifle squad. And there you go, before two further joining in, further cementing the engagement here in Nosliv's favour. We can see Rindou is trying to sort of deal with this. We got the other M42 moving from the north here. Oh, Grenadiers moving from the north. No additional MG42 yet here for Nosliw. The rest of the Americans, he would benefit from double MG42s. IlCapitano has to secure the fuel point. They sort of trying to find right man, trying to flank behind DianeKruger there, which is certainly an interesting option. Universal rolling hit it with a section inside. An interesting move there. Allows him to basically rush right past the machine gun and then pop up the section behind it. Sneaky move there by DianeKruger. Certainly not something you actually see from, well, most British players really, but it's sneaky. It's really sneaky and actually makes use of the transport capability of the Universal Care. So thumbs up there to DianeKruger for showing something that is incredibly rare to see. In the west, we got further pressure there from Nosliw, but IlCapitano is being forced off here as he is ill prepared to withstand the technical skills of DianeKruger. Vickers following up here, which could very well then flank behind. Still, it's a nice flank there by IlCapitano behind DianeKruger, but he's probably not anticipating some of these elements. So we got more section weather for DianeKruger. Pretty heavy tier 1 there for a British player. Rindou with triple riflemen, might be looking here for the captain. Back out to stewards and whatnot. Nosliw with triple grenadiers, similarly here for IlCapitano. And there you go, Gunners being suppressed with Vickers machine gun. Other Gunners got moving up here. It's still pretty tricky stuff there. Gunners moving from the north, trying to coral in here. The Universal can take it out with the Panzerfaust, and sadly can't quite catch up. And there still is the threat here of the Vickers machine gun, which is pinning down poor Obergefreiter Friedrich's squad there, or his Gruppe. In the centre, Nosliw is making progress there as he's trying to play around Rindou here and trying to ensure he doesn't enter. At the same time, Rindou flanking behind Nosliw. Nice work there. Troops reinforcing. Tech there for IlCapitano and Nosliw. Like to make a nice company up here. Back in the base, we got the captain for Rindou, and we got here from DianeKruger tech up as well. Vickers came mounted on the Universal Carrier there. Gunners trying to hunt it down. Some intense action here with some great maneuvering here, for say, at least from some of the players on both sides. So that is very nice to see. Good flexible play there. Always something to be admired and to be, learned from, instructed by. I'd like to make a nice company, pretty standard stuff. 2 to 2, I imagine it's going to be what's going to be pushed out to a degree. Maybe some Panzer Grenadiers, and I imagine some Panzerabwehrkanone. Rindou here, basically trying to stall here against the Riflemen. I said Rindou, I don't know, I just feel like I'm some sort of Japanese caricature talking in broken English. Rindou. Anyways, but that'd be more like Lindo. Anyways, machine gun standing about here, machine gun moving up here. Back here we got troops standing about. A rifleman moving about. Section flying out the Grenadiers here, Vickers opening up on the advancing German infantry and support weapons there. IlCapitano has suffered a ill-affordable loss here. They're going to do squad early on, so that's going to be a bit harsh there. 2-2 following up from Nosliw. IlCapitano as well here. 2-2 is being reasonably popular in the current Wehrmacht meta game, because they are reasonably good if well handled. Can help you in a lot of ways, particularly getting some wipes and retreating infantry. Round falling out here. Continuing skirmishing here up north and the south. IlCapitano is under pressure, but he's slowly forcing away DianeKruger here from the side of the fuel point that has been lost control of. In the north, Nosliw here trying to fend off here. Fresh assault from Rindou into his Grenadiers waiting there behind Cavalry. Machine gun there rashed by the captain. Grenadiers coming out of flank, but as the captain once gets up close, it's not going to be too straightforward. 2-2 they're arriving there for Nosliw. Right goes back here by the Grenadiers, leaving one squad to go. Minesweepers up as well here for Nosliw. He's taking no chances with his opponent and the potential of mines. Light machine guns up for Nosliw. As for IlCapitano, we got minesweepers as well. Also light machine guns an option. Noting now the Wehrmacht players yet to build a medic bunker, so maybe one of them will go for it and allow they want to use it. 2-2 moving forwards. Grenadiers reports got the 2-2 moving up here for Nosliw. Grenadiers reinforcing, 2-2 moving in here, quickly using it to support, and of course that's also the reason why the 2-2 is reasonably popular in 2-2s. You can easily use this to quickly support your teammate, for example. You can quickly just move from one side of the map to the other, so this you've got the 2-2's high mobility, makes it a very useful asset in that department. Of course, versus the British and the AC, it's obviously got some really big threats up for it. So we'll see what happens next here. We got the anti-tank away there for Rindou to help deal with the armoured cars near the armour the Germans might bring up in the future, obviously. Telemines could be an idea here for IlCapitano or Nosliw here to catch up enemy vehicles. I'm sure the AC would be very helpfully dealt with by a Telemine. 2-2 pushing ahead, needs to be careful here. If the AC first gets within range, there's a high likelihood to lose the 2-2 because they're roughly of the same speed, meaning if first the AC is sort of within range, the 2-2 has a very small chance of getting away, in my experience. I mean, the 2-2 might be a bit faster, but it's not by a lot. So basically any sort of, mishap in terms of pathing can be quite consequential for the 2-2. But there you go, AC rolling up behind the machine gun, very nice work here. IlCapitano looking to try and flank. Instead gets off a nice flank here on DianeKruger, wipes out the machine gun. This is huge section they're taking heavy loss. That was one hell of a rifle grenade. Numerous casualties here. I believe we're looking at a total of 6 men down. That is a hell of a rifle grenade. They're sad he's not able to grab the machine gun, but even though that's going to have an impact on DianeKruger, that's going to slow down any attacks. Up north, Nosliw is struggling here with Rindou, who is making absolutely amazing progress. The 2-2 sadly is not quite having the same impact here as of yet, and the arrival of the anti-tank gun is certainly not going to increase Nosliv's chances here of dealing with the Americans. Medic bunker up here, MD42 number 2 on the way there for Nosliw, or rather as suspected, though again he could have gone for one sooner, so that will increase the firepower faster. Noting we're almost seeing the 10-minute mark, and no player, there you go, I was trying to see another player, but I felt like that was a bit weird, but no player has yet to go for doctrine. Grenadiers holding up the trench, stalling the light vehicles as much as possible, but some heavier firepower is going to need. They got a pack forward, but that's from Nosliw. IlCapitano has yet to commit to that. Medic bunker almost done. Troops in reinforcing. One option here that IlCapitano considers other than just basically backing up the other player, ignoring at least either the British or the American player for a bit. But we'll have to see if that's exactly what's going to happen. 2-2 seems to be linking up. There might be some plans of a coordinated push here. Another pack out here this time for IlCapitano. As for Rindou, we got weapon racks being unlocked. Someone's just going to find the keys. Why the hell do we lock up our weapon racks? So guys don't steal them. What guys? The French? If it isn't a baguette, they can't use it. And the rest of us are supposed to be armed with these things in the first place. Well, high command. Anyways, bars and bazookas they unlocked for Rindou. Caught here trying to dig in a trench. Trench is also something that is becoming much more popular in the British meta as of late. Like, it's just almost like from one day to the other, suddenly I'm seeing a lot of British building a lot of trenches. So, certainly something worth keeping in mind there if you're a British player. Try building trenches. They're actually good if you know where to place them. And of course, it's kind of the trick here. Rifleman moving up, he backed up by pack cards, going to make it harder here for Nosliw to hold up a defensive position. He's going to have to play more aggressively to deal with that. And as you can see, he's backing up IlCapitano here with his own 2-2-2. Mortar on the way there for IlCapitano to deal with his dug-in British menace. Not bad at all. Slow approach here, very slow, because these are close to being wiped out. Very close one there. Trench took the hit. Back here we got nothing further going on there from Nosliw or IlCapitano. In the south, DianeKruger is slowly losing ground here. Trench quickly being occupied by a few brave grenadiers. And then we got a sniper as well here for DianeKruger, though that sniper's obviously getting a rather snappy retort there from the German light machine gun crew. Up around the centre, we've got the M42 with 2-2 backing things up here. Can this continue to cover the calf point, ensuring that if at least he can't control the fuel point, he can at least ensure his opponent can't access it, which, I mean, is something. The problem is the Allies are still getting more fuel than the Germans at the moment. Almost twice as much fuel, so that's a bit of an issue there for Nosliw and IlCapitano. And the 272nd Infantry Division here versus the Allies. We've got Ruffing hit with bars. Rindou there adding the firepower he needs to beat the Germans silly. Points have been scored up north. No take up. More grenadiers for Nosliw. I would have figured maybe panzer grenadiers at this stage would be much more useful, much better attack infantry, in particular on a map like this. But Nosliw is a believer in the power of the humble grenadier. Moving up, he backed up with the Titcher in the centre, pioneers as well, sweeping for any mines. So far, I do not think the Allies have laid down a single mine. Could of course be easily proven wrong here.
We're losing a capture point.
But I'm not exactly seeing... Oh wait, no mind. The British players actually laying down a large load of mines. Very good work there. Smoke screen off here. Nice work there by IlCapitano. Using the smoke screens that way, bound ahead and deny firing lines here for DianeKruger's defences. Thumbs up there to IlCapitano. He can occupy the trench as well. Excellent work. Needs to bring up the MD42 to support the front line because there's a need to retreat. And even then it might be too late. They took a lot of damage here from the AC and the Universal Carrier. But there you go. Pack 40 opens up. Gets good hit on the Universal Carrier. And the AC isn't quite blocking it. Unfortunately for IlCapitano, but fortunately for DianeKruger. Otherwise I imagine he'd be a bit sour. Troops pushing ahead here before sitting up behind the wreckage of an old Stug. Up north, got troops counter-attacking in. They're going to flank DianeKruger's forces in the west. Nosliw make good progress versus Rindou, though Rindou is resisting violently. Sniper backing up here as well. Troops inside the trench there. That's slowly called in on the machine gun position there. Sneaky move by DianeKruger, but DianeKruger is proving to be a formidable British player. At least in certain ways. Now got artillery down the position, machine gun setting up. Another hit with the Universal Carrier, almost taken out here with the Panzer that can only field it, and it gets away. Machine gun dealing with advancing troops here. Up north, Nosliw is still not making what you call an awful lot of progress towards the field, but he has apparently managed at least for the neutral once. More smoke screens off IlCapitano, that is absolutely amazing. Fritz, Nebelkerzen, so some mortar rounds, not grenades. Ah, you always have to be so silly. 2-2 here, and we got double takeoff for the Germans. Nosliw is rushing straight here for tier 4. Hopefully IlCapitano will stay at tier 3 and get out some medium armor. Otherwise, they might leave themselves rather all to British and American armor. DianeKruger's already taking hit there. Rindou's already taken up as well, so they'll be able to push out medium armor first, meaning if neither Wehrmacht player gets for any medium armor, they're going to be in for a very rough ride. More pack hard to fire here from Rindou. 1 kill so far, not the most impressive kill tally there as of yet. IlCapitano, powered by smoke screens, is slowly unfolding and unrolling DianeKruger's defences here. Very nice work. Forcing DianeKruger to consider a pass which could take him into the flank here of Nosliw. The Nosliw is prepared with an MD42 actually carrying the flank. That is some nice foresight there by Nosliw. We are slowly approaching very slowly approaching the trend mark, and we're still not seeing any doctrine choices here from any of the 4 assembled players. Another smoke screen here, absolutely outstanding work. Negates any of the British long-range firepower and any potential snipers, noting here that IlCapitano has brought up a sharpshooter of his own to deal with those British ones. The Americans didn't have snipers on the war front. In fact, they had marksmen, but the Americans never specifically trained snipers. Solidifying the trend machine gun need to fall back here. Nice work by DianeKruger. And also I would say very good sort of shift there. He did get the sniper with his own. Sniper looks like it's getting away with this. A nice work by IlCapitano in return. But really just absolutely amazing use of the smoke. They completely just throw off DianeKruger. Was quick to just fall back to save the spots. So Pomako going out there for IlCapitano. Noslew's not yet quite had heavy Panzer co-op in the West. Nosliw is still not making astounding progress. 2-2 down. Pack 40 gets the Universal Carrier. Second 2-2 around here for Nosliw, backing up the Pack 40 here. Almost got the AC, but it's likely going to get away here fully. Still getting rid of the Universal Carrier. It's a small victory here for the German army. Does limit a bit of DianeKruger's firepower on the move in the West. Just going to go up to the Canadians, the captain. Pioneers being pushed back, and up here section against the Pack 40. Panzer Abwehr on a 40, MG42 here versus the machine gun crew. Vic is there. And we got the Sherman out here for Rindou, first tank here, and a Cromwell as well for DianeKruger. IlCapitano does have the support course yet to go. Oh, there we go. Panzer 4 on the way. Heavy Panzer Corps has yet to be constructed by Nosliw and his brave pioneers. Sections moving about. Back here further reinforcement, healing. Sherman slowly approaching. They could use his Captain Bobby to speed up production, rushing it out here versus the Krauts, the Nazis. Pack Carter firing there, direct hit on the Grenadier, obliterating him and showering the rest of the squad with bone shrapnel. Ach mein Gott, I think they got you. Das was? Dietrich. Ah, yeah, he went all over the place, didn't he? Pound of almost done for IlCapitano. And sniper number 2 on the way for DianeKruger. Definitely intent on bleeding out those hands. More artillery called in. Very keen on using that artillery calling ability to disrupt the German movements and defense. And that's actually a good use of it. I mean, it's also reasonably cheap enough to allow to do it. So nice work there by DianeKruger. Got the Cromwell moving up here. Nosliw is building heavy Panzer Corps now. We'll have to see the aims for the Panther or the Sturmpanzer. Panther would obviously be a lot better versus all the armour, whereas the Sturmpanzer is obviously useful as the infantry and supporting weapons. So, I mean, the Panther can still work as an infantry, but it's obviously not nearly as explosive, if you will. It doesn't make nearly as much as a splash. Missing and then push back in the centre. We got Rindou moving ahead. They're getting out the 2-2, removing the last German armoured car. In the south here, Panther going for the Cromwell, and any supporting units. Pack 40 moving about, Grenadier supporting at all. Very good. In the north, Nosliw here making another attempt, but Nosliw and Jaeger does not make a lot of progress. Seems here as Rindou is a tenacious defender. Cromwell moving up here for DianeKruger, shoots, misses. Pack 40 setting up return and doesn't have the range. And it is indeed the Sturmpanzer 4 on the way here for Nosliw to blast its way through the Allied strongholds. Grenadiers backing up, he's Sherman moving in. 1 kill so far, high explosive rounds, not worried about arm at all. And certainly with the Sturmpanzer back, doesn't have to worry about it too much. Of course, it probably would help use armor piercing rounds versus that. Captain Garrison's doing what they can here. In the south, DianeKruger slowly moving in, approaching the victory point there. IlCapitano's holding the northern area here with armor and infantry and support weapons. And we got the first doctrine. Almost 20 minutes of the game, IlCapitano goes for assault support. Summoning support the Luftwaffe here for the Twins and second infantry. Sean Stukas flying in, quickly suppressing and pinning down any nearby troops. Very good. Armored cars moving up here. Pack 40 push away as isolating the Panther 4 there. Go catching in a deadly crossfire. Really nice work there by DianeKruger. Nice vehicular flank here. Combined with the anti-tank gun. Basically just herding IlCapitano's Panzer into the anti-tank gun. That is some absolutely beautiful play there by DianeKruger. He's also gone for normal blitz, provide some logistical support. They're very nice. Then Snuffy goes for the munitions point, which basically means he gets double the munitions out of it now, from 11 to 22 munitions per minute, which of course is pretty big. I would have figured he'd gone for, say, a fuel point, at least on the strategic point, but either way. White Fox was off here from Rindou. Fuel point reclaimed by the Allies in the south. Sniper there with 3 kills, and get some kills there on the machine gun crew. British sniper standing around the centre, hoping for the German sniper to appear there rather than having to go hunt for him. Sturmpanzer mobilised. We've got a fuel cache up there for Rindou to assist him and his team with more armour. Very good. Neither DianeKruger or Rindou have yet to go for doctrine though. Stupa ready. Pin up machine and everything there on top. Pack 40, number 2 there being done for Nosliw. Still no doctrine from him, neither for Rindou or DianeKruger. And there you go, section trying to sneak about, hiding around here in this cleared out logging area. Being swiftly pushed away. Nice work there. Actually, nice trick attempt to hide there. Most players consider the area like a blind spot. So, really clever play there by DianeKruger. He's certainly a fellow who knows how to use the terrain quite in his favour, though he seems to struggle a bit with smoke. But there you go. Sturmpanzer pushing back the troops in the centre and the tank. Prime coming, fire up north. Nosliw ready to launch another infantry assault. Got a Jackson away there for Rindou. And DianeKruger is the second player to go for doctrine here. Mobile assault. Land matches being summed up to soften up IlCapitano's defences. Maybe some commandos, and who knows, maybe some advanced copper combat. Pack shoots misses. IlCapitano going for another Panzer IV to replace the one that got blown to bits. Ooh, Captain there close to being taken up the Sturmpanzers, but they managed to get away there. All of them safely, though some of them might need a fresh change of pants. Land matches the firing at a reasonably close range, going in for the Grenadiers, and the sniper nearby as well. Really good light there for DianeKruger, murdering IlCapitano. Sniper, of course, the question is if he's aware of that. Seems like he's not. In which case, DianeKruger might never end up using his sniper anyways, because he thinks the sniper's still out there. Can't do anything, otherwise the sniper will get me. It's only after the war he learns that the other guy was dead all along. Until then, he just, lives in constant fear of the German sniper at any time could appear to kill him. To the fire corner, pack 40 here. IlCapitano's southern defences are looking very precarious. And there you go, nice S-mines there, by the way. Makes it harder here for DianeKruger to flank. Pack 40 being wiped out. In the centre here, another push here from Rindou against Nosliv's defence. He seems to be up in the north somewhat. Seen closing right. Double pack forwards by way. And not aiming here at the Sherman. But there you go, one gets off the hit. Sturmpanzer get closer to support though. Sherman down to half. Felt smoke streams off. Nice play there by Rindou, but close to losing it. Sturmpanzer completely whiffs the shot here in the south. Panzer IV backing things up. We got Jaeger on for Nosliw, opening up for Stuka bomb drops. And of course, the Elephant tank store, which I imagine is sort of the primary thing. And there you go, machine gun stolen by Rindou, making use of the smoke screen by the Sherman. Solid play. IlCapitano, another over blitz, more supplies, more logistics for the 272nd Infantry Division. Technically, an infantry division mostly had horse-drawn carts rather than actual trucks. In particular for logistics. In fact, the German army used a large amount of horses and only went up as the war went on. Also bicycles, though obviously not for logistics. Machine gun Grenadiers pack following up north. He seems to be up in the north here, taking advantage of Rindou's focus on the centre. Lean by only Rindou now without a doctrine. At this stage, it's kind of he's going to end up likely with heavy cavalry and a Pershing. Meaning he's kind of missed out on any opportunity to maybe do some work with the Pershing or the Rangers, smoke barrage, maybe some combined arms, which is a pretty solid ability still. But there you go, securing the fuel pump with the old blitz, great work there. Gives him twice as much fuel out of that, meaning he's getting 14 fuel out of that per minute now. That's definitely going to give him a bit of extra to work with there. He's going for Sturmgeschütz, very good. And I like to imagine the long-term goal is going to be the Tiger tank. Victory points wise, the one thing the Germans will also lead is in the victory point, where the Allies are a bit down 163. So they need to work a bit harder there. Sniper, by the way, still waiting for the German sniper to appear. Where is that Nazi bastard? Where is he? Waiting for Major König. By Beckett. Anyways, artillery fire rain 90 in the German positions. More land matches fire here from DianeKruger. Up north, bit of a defensive stance here. Rindou moving about his armoured vehicles. Interesting to note, DianeKruger does have plenty of resources, but not committed to anything, neither Churchills or Comets here. Should probably consider something in that department soon. And there goes sniper caught by not the sniper, but the German Grenadiers. And forced away there. Really close to getting a wipe there, actually, for IlCapitano. Really close. Sturmpanzer gaining veterans 1. Shots bounced off here by the Shem, which is still firing high explosives and not armor piercing. There you go, Cromwell being flanked with the Sugar in the pack forward. That could be a loss here for DianeKruger. Going for the Firefly, and there you go, not enough. The Cromwell is kaput. Britischer Panzer zerstört. Nice one, Ludwig. Danke. Grab the centre victory point up north a bit quick here from Rindou to get that. As Nosliw is fanatically defending it for the fatherland. More pioneers for IlCapitano, very good. Machine gun bunker up here for Nosliw. Where's the command bunker? Both actually valid options in the area. But part of me suspects command bunker more likely. We'll see what ends up with there for Nosliw. He's almost at the elephant. He's got the manpower. Just needs to fill. He's also floating a silly amount of munitions. AC moving up here. Smoke from around the supporting weapons again. Great use of smoke here by IlCapitano, using it to neutralize any position. In this case, it almost even obfuscates the call-in smoke, but still just causes more confusion and havoc. I like the idea there by IlCapitano. I like the idea. Nice use of smoke there. 2 thumbs up to IlCapitano. If I had any more thumbs, I'd happily hold off for being a mutant. And there we go. We got the elephant tank shot here for Nosliw. Troops being pushed back in the north. Nosliw is still struggling here in the face of the Allied armoured assault. IlCapitano slowly approaching the Tiger tank there. He's also got lots of munitions. I mean, he's getting 58 munitions per minute. That is almost 1 munitions point per minute. That is pretty impressive. And Silver's on the one now getting the most fuel. The Germans are slowly edging their way towards victory here. Smoke off again. Absolutely outstanding stuff. Machine gun bunker up here for Nosliw. Air reconnaissance out to sort of scout out targets. Maybe something to call in the Stuka bombing strike on. Second being caught here by the Panzer IV. It's not hanging about there again, still waiting for the German sniper. Land matches unleashing hell here on the German position, taking out IlCapitano's veteran free mortar. Great call in there by DianeKruger. Bad luck for IlCapitano that his mortar was finally silenced. Of course, he can recruit it. And we got a munitions cache up for IlCapitano at this stage. And now he's calling in another orbital blitz. He is really loading up for heavy air support. He really must be friends with Goering or something. Anyways, right pushing forward, are going to do is stick dug into the trenches here. Big push here from Rindou and DianeKruger in the centre. A lot of infantry. They got the Panzer in, got the Sturmpanzer, or the elephant as well there. Bunker being repaired. Sturmpanzer is hanging back all the way up here. Quick rifle against the rifleman here. Nice work there by Nosliw. Smoke screen off from the Allies, the American players specifically. Up north, they're silencing the machine gun there. Very nice work there by Rindou. Still no use of anything else. He is close to the Pershing now. He is still close to the Pershing. Just roughly a minute more. And meanwhile, IlCapitano is roughly 2 minutes waiting. While he's going to have the munitions or manpower or fuel in a minute, he's going to need a few more minutes to get the manpower for it. Then now he's getting 68 munitions per minute. That is a lot of munitions. That means he can call in one of these fragmentation bombs every 3 minutes. He can call in one of these roughly every, well, 2.5 minutes. It's definitely nice. Well, we just went up further than rate of how much stuff you can call in there. I can more or less call that in every 2 minutes. This one's still roughly, well, 2.5 minutes now. Rather crazy stuff there. One machine gun bunkers up there for Nosliw. As he being flanked with the Sturmgeschütz, gaining veterans 1. And it hits a Telemine, taking out the AC. Smoke's gone off here, Rindou can call in the Pershing. And calls it in dutifully in service of America and the American dream. Down here, machine gun from Rindou, pilfered from Nosliv's stores, is causing Nosliw there a bit of a hard time. Smoke's gone off here and bombarding the Germans. Very nice push there. Air recon's out for Nosliw. Don't think he's yet to use a single Stuka bombing strike. Sturmpanzer here about to get rushed by the Pershing. That bazooka team flanking up. And the far south, they're going to attempt to harass the victory point there, but it's dutifully stalled there by IlCapitano. And the 272nd pack wiped out. Still no Stuka bombing strike summoned in by Nosliw. I mean, he's got the munitions for it, and IlCapitano's got the munitions for fragmentation bombs and strafing runs. More to yet recruit here by IlCapitano, that's a bit of a shame. Bit of a shame. Elephant taking several hits here. It's not really doing a lot here for Nosliw. And there goes Stuka bombing strike called in. Ah, the land matches. And goodbye. Silencing DianeKruger's artillery. IlCapitano moves ahead, and we got air recons called in to back things up here. And of course, he still has the munitions for fragmentation bombs. He's getting so many munitions. He can just unleash the full might of the Luftwaffe upon these allied swine. Well, by 1944-45 anyways. Not nearly as impressive, obviously, but you know, details. 25 points left here for the Allies. They needed something a bit more drastic here, and here we go. We got fragmentation bombing run called in here on the anti-tank and possibly in the machine gun here as well. And he almost gets both of them. The machine gun barely survives. British sniper still hiding out for the German sniper who will never appear. There's just something absolutely beautifully absurd in that. I just can't help but I just can't stop laughing. I mean, that sniper is just doing nothing. That is 360 manpower, which is collecting dust forever. We got, advanced cover combat here from DianeKruger supporting an assault. Nice work. That kind of feels like one of these desperation uses where people just begin using abilities no matter what because, well, I'm about to lose anyways. I mean, it's not like these abilities boost my troops in any notable way, except of course they do. Saying that the Rindou is not inspired enough to use combined arms, despite he's got enough infantry armor, I think, to make a really good push using that ability together, but some players, I suppose, never quite tried out. IlCapitano was ready to call in another fragmentation bomb equivalent to call in the Tiger tank. Push it, being running seriously with the Sturmpanzer, gaining veteran 2. Armour pushing ahead here, nice northern flank here by the Pershing, still no combined arms here. Nosliw is forced back here, rushing for the centre victory point, the south is lost. Allies have managed to stall at 16, we got trenches being dug in there by DianeKruger, nice work. At this rate, that sniper is just going to end up with a paranoid depression or something. Years after the war is over, he's just going to be afraid of being close to windows because he's expecting the German sniper to appear at any time and try and kill him. Push here towards the centre victory point. Now the land match is up for DianeKruger. Sadly, DianeKruger really never committed mortar armor, and I do feel like that's one thing he would benefit a lot from. I mean, combat trajectory would do a lot more than land matches. In fact, he's gone for 2 here. Tiger tank hit caught with the Firefly. Heavy hits, a 6-pounding gun, 17-pounding gun on the Firefly, of course, and of course the 2 rockets here. Could see the Tiger tank down. Nope. Not get away, and we got another fragmentation bombing run on the Firefly and the anti-tank gun together. Oh! Stunning it up the line. The Stukas have a good chance of taking out the Firefly. Tiger weak point would be not half bad thing here. Still, he should be able to get the Firefly. He can't take out the Stuka. He doesn't have the rate of fire for it. There we go. Stuka takes out the Firefly. Great use of the fragmentation bomb here by IlCapitano. Absolutely astounding work. The Stuka dodges the anti-tank gun shell like a champ. In the north, Nosliw here is barging forwards at Rindou and is sadly not making a lot of progress. Storm Panzer down. No use to get the Jacksons, the Pershings, or the Shermans. In the south here, clearing up the anti-tank gun. IlCapitano seems to be making reasonably good progress. They need to clear up the centre victory point as soon as possible. Nosliw is being forced back in the north, going for another Sturmpanzer, despite the heavy presence and all that, which the Elephant is clearly not making much of an impression on either. Sniper continues to hide. Little Terrans. Troops hanging back here, having a nice time. Heavy land matches fine. Got the Panther moving up. 22 kills. Tiger tank moving in. Halfway to veterans who won. Panther they're backing up. 22 kills for the fatherland. More units being murdered. Got the show moving up here. Mortar still not recruit. They could just basically down the smoke and rush the centre victory point with that maybe. Air recon's out here for Nosliw. It's going to look for a target here for this. And sadly, it seems like IlCapitano lost his blitz here, losing a large chunk of his munitions income. Very unfortunate for him. Very unfortunate for him. And apparently the one's still not recovered here on the point, so he could activate that again and get some more fuel though. It doesn't really have a lot to spend the fuel on anyway, so they could maybe use another point to get some more munitions. So actually going for that southern victory point, we got their machine gun ready to receive any British troops. Centre victory point being violently defended here by Rindou and DianeKruger. Elephant opening up, Sturmpanzer moving in. Panther full prime support, Titan moving up as well here. It's going to be heated here around the centre victory point. Very heated in there, trying to sneak up here. We've got the machine gun still around there from Rindou. They could technically call in the Stuka bombing strike to cut out the machine gun if you wanted to. They could all just call around the centre. There we go, Allied defence in the centre being steamrolled here by IlCapitano. Rushing for that centre victory point, 300 points left for the Germans, 16 for the Allies. Another upper blitz out for IlCapitano. Tiger tank here blasting the advancing Allied infantry. Going to need to be careful here. Oh, he's actually woken up. At least I might even have been accidentally got 2 kills, but only at the very end. At the very end, as DianeKruger is like, maybe, just maybe, either the sniper is dead, or I better at least try to use the sniper before we actually end up losing. 10 points left. 9 points left. 8 points left. Panzer 4, 31 kills. Section getting blasted. Smoke screens down. Nice few hits there. Stug Panzer 4 there already, and there we go. GG, game over. In the end, DianeKruger and Rindou did lose. A brutal fight right here on Stadtschutt. Some great play there from DianeKruger and IlCapitano. Nosliw and Rindou just seems to just go back and forth here with no, I would say, greater flourishes from either of those two. Nosliw in particular, feel like we're better off just going for something more, support armor cores like with Stugs and Panzer Force trying to push out there. Maybe also some Panzer going to lose, but DianeKruger and IlCapitano definitely say we're like the stars of this match. Some great play there, some good maneuvers, some good abilities, smoke screens, and other things there. And of course, we have that poor bastard of stuff. It's just attempting nothing there for his entire time. Ah, that was fun. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell your friends, tell your family. And of course, if you do subscribe, remember to press the little bell there, whatever it is, so you know you actually get updates on when the videos go out. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. You're all a wonderful audience. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for a nice new episode. Bye.